Right, so welcome back to the video. This whole idea of like this video, I've been wanting to do it for like a long time, but I realized that like it's quite an important like video to have because nowadays that I do have like quite a bit more clients, and I realize that they all have the same issue, which is number one, they don't know how to stretch or like how to warm up, and then number two is the question of like how should you warm up for your set. Right now, if you sort of like pay attention, there are some coaches out there, and then there are some athletes out there that they don't necessarily like stretch. They just straight away like come to the gym, wear their equipments, and then straight away like go under the bar and then like train. You can do that if you think that like all of your movements are completely fine. If you have like zero case of injuries or something like that, then it's completely up to you to do that. But if let's say for squats, right? Let's say without any stretches and stuff like that, you cannot properly like extend your wrist, you cannot properly like get into a proper hinge position, you cannot really hit depth and stuff like that. So it means that you do need to stretch. And same goes for bench, same goes for deadlifts. Like, do you need to get into position? If yes, go ahead. If no, then just straight away go under the bar if you want. Okay, so if that answers the question. And again, the stretches that I do, basically like it started with like me needing to just like stretch for like 10 minutes, and then suddenly like if I don't necessarily properly like warm up for it, so that's when I know that okay, I do need to really like stretch, and that's when I will actually like stretch properly, and add more and more and more stretches, and I will consult with Clinton, I will consult with Kelvin, I will consult with like my physiotherapist and see like okay, what do I need for this, what do I need for this, right, stuff like that. And then second of all is like in terms of like warming up and stretches, there are like three things that I always emphasize. Number one is stretches, number two is mobility work, and number three is engagement work. So stretches are like just like basically you're just trying to stretch out your limbs and stuff like that. Mobility is if let's say your arms cannot move a specific way, so you need your mobility work in order for you to like get more range of motion, and then you need to stretch again to like sort of like get it longer and longer. And engagement work is like, let's say for squats, I have like very bad like glute engagement when I squat, so I do pre-engagement work like glute bridges and stuff like that, just to loosen it up. And you can see like here what I'm doing is that I'm trying to like roll my TFL because like it's always like tight, and because of that I have like sometimes like pain in the knee, sometimes like, I have issues with like trying to get into depth and stuff like that. So that's why I'm doing like foam rolling or like balls, and doesn't necessarily means that like okay. That's why I say like setting up for seated versus non-seated is just about the same. But they ask first or you told them? Yeah, no, but then like the after. I don't know. I guess. Let's say you see some people like foam roll like this way and this way, doesn't mean that I need to do that, doesn't mean that you need to do that. So you need to see what you need for your training in order to do that. All right, now second point is warm-ups. So it's the same case, and warming up, like here what I'm going to show you is for my squats. And let's say for this specific day, I know that I'm going to try to work up to like an RP6, which is going to be like around 200 to 210, somewhere there. And you can see my thought process is always that I already know like what my warm-up is going to be. It's not about like how I feel when I get under that bar. So meaning that I know for a fact I always do like 70 kg for, I always do empty bar first for like 7 to 8 to 10 reps, and then I'll do like 70 kg for like 5 reps around the area, and then after 70 kg I know for a fact I will just jump to 120 because I could do that, and then like 120 I will probably do like minimum of like 3 reps, and that's what I would do. And then after 120, like I know some people they like to jump to like 150 or like 160 or somewhere, but I just straight away jump to 170. And with 170, depending on like my top set, either if let's say I'm doing like a set of triple, then I would actually do 170 for a triple so that I know how that feels. But if let's say I'm going to work up to a single, then I'll be doing like 170 for a single. So like let's say on Monday, my triple is at 195, so I will actually do 170 for a triple, and then I will do 185 for a triple and then see how that feels, and I'll go 195 for a triple. Now, like let's say on my day 3 where I'm working up to a single, I will do 170 for a single, and then I will straight away jump to like 190 for a single and see how I feel. Usually, if let's say 190 doesn't feel like super great or something, and I need to work up like a RP 7 or 8, I would actually put 200 in there just to like feel it first, and just do 200 and then see how that feels. So, but today I didn't do 200 because the 190 feels like how it used to be as like a 170. So I just like, okay, I know for a fact the 190 felt like a 5. Like to get a 6, I just needed like maybe like a 210 or maybe a 215. But again, I'm not sure if it's gonna be 210 or 215. So I did the 210 first, and then I feel like, okay, you know what? 210 felt like it's very close to a 6, or like it's close enough. Like I don't think like it's like a true 6. It could be like very close to 6, and I just like, you know what, I know this week I needed a 6, so I wouldn't dare to like jump higher anymore, because I know like if I do 215 on that day, it's gonna be like a 6.5-ish or like even like 7, because it's the first week back. So that's kind of like how I warm up. And like let's say giving like a different example, so like knowing that, okay, my top end for squats right now is 225, right? And any numbers that I do in between the range of like 215 to 225, I can only jump between like 5 to 7.5 kg. And this is what I know. If I jump from like 215 to 225, I might die, and I know that. But, or if I want to do 200, jumping from like if I want to do 220, jumping from 200 to 220, I'm gonna die there as well. So, but let's say for deadlifts, knowing that I can jump like 20 to like 30 kg jump. So let's say I'm working up to 250, I don't mind going like 70, 120, 170, 220, and then straight away to like 250 or like 240, somewhere like that. Unless if Clinton asked me to do it a different way. And then if let's say for bench, I know for a fact I cannot jump more than 5 or 7.5 near my end range. So knowing that, like if let's say I have a 125 kg bench, I would actually do a 120 warm up before I jump to 125. Like I wouldn't do like 70, 100 straight away to 120. I would actually do 70, 100, 110, 120, and then like 125. Like some people might have this thought of like, okay, warm-ups are like a waste. And I see a lot of kids nowadays, they literally go under the bar, do like 5 reps of like empty bar, and then like start doing like single all the way to the end. That's not gonna work. You're not gonna get like warmed up. You're not gonna get adapted to the weights. You need to know what you need. And there are some like calculator, like percentages calculator online that you can find on that as well if you want to do that. But ultimately, like just knowing like and having an idea of like, I always tell my clients to like go. It's just as simple as like 7, 5, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. But if let's say your sets is like a double or like a triple, then 7, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 7, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, something like that. You get what I mean? So encourage like my clients to like finish this video for sure. And if you guys do need more information, just drop a comment and then or like drop a DM and stuff like that. Drop any questions at the Q&A session on my Instagram like every Wednesday if I do that. But yeah, so enjoy the rest of this video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.